The video you're about to see is for historical purposes only. It is an almost daily snippet of 1010 Wins broadcast in New York City and the New York City Metropolitan area. On my morning commute, I listened to this news broadcast and decided to share a snippet of the news for historical purposes. The mission is to record history.
WINS, WINS-FM and HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Pretty chilly morning. We're at 48 degrees now, clear skies. The humidity is 47%. The winds are northeast at 10 miles an hour. Later today, sunny but a cool day. Less windy, 62 in town, mid-60s for some of the inland suburbs, 50s on Long Island. More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Angela Laurie is our service aide. Justin Schrager, the editor. I'm Susan Richard.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning, clear in 48. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Glenn Schuck. Here's what's happening. The mayor is saying hundreds of locations around the city must be considered now to be used as migrant shelters, even some sections of Rikers Island a possibility. A story we're following: a 15-year-old girl critical after falling out of a moving party bus last night. It happened at Cross Island Parkway near Hempstead Turnpike in Queens Village. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry saying they were involved in a near catastrophic car chase with paparazzi on Tuesday night. And exactly how bad was it? A cabbie who drove the royals is speaking out about it. A resolution to expel George Santos from Congress has now been referred to the House Ethics Committee instead. And where are America's worst drivers? A new survey says it's not in our area. In fact, not even close. Big night in sports. Mets, a big win. Pete Alonso, the dramatic walk-off homer, the bottom of the 10th to beat Tampa. The Yankees, a walk-off too, but the wrong way. Toronto wins 3-0 north of the border. And AccuWeather today, sunny but staying chilly. We're only going to get up to 62. With news time 8:01, it's traffic and transit. Let's see how things are going. Karen Stewart.
Not going good on the Mosholu. We are closed on the Mosholu Parkway in the Bronx. Southbound approaching the Deegan. We've got an accident. It involves a vehicle fire there. It's backing up the Sawmill River Parkway. It's backing up the Deegan a little bit into the Mosholu Parkway. And then again, just to remind you, we are closed on the Mosholu at the Deegan. This is going southbound there. All lanes are shut down. Now in Queens, eastbound on the LIE, this Utopia Parkway accident is a thorn in our side. We've got an accident in the right lane on the eastbound LIE at the Utopia. We are jammed from back at the Van Wyck Expressway eastbound. And westbound, we're not jammed, but we are slow into the area with rubbernecking from back at Lakeville Road, right around there. Eastbound Jackie Robinson Parkway near Woodhaven Boulevard, we got an accident. We got one lane blocking. The delays almost go back to Jamaica Avenue. We're looking at 50 to 55 minutes inbound over the Hudson River. In New Jersey on the eastbound Newark Bay extension at 14A in Bayonne, we've got police activity. It's blocking the right lane on the exit ramp, slowing you down. Alternate side is suspended today for religious observances. The meter rules apply. Was sponsored by Cars for Kids. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes around the clock and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Cars for Kids. No more stressing over your old vehicle. Donate it today and get it picked up tomorrow. It's the easiest service out there. Donate online at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Wins news time 8:02 as buses of asylum seekers keep coming every day here to the city. A school in Coney Island no longer will serve as a shelter, but hundreds of other locations are being considered, even sections of Rikers Island.
Migrants have been removed from the standalone gym at PS 188 in Coney Island, and parents at PS 172 in Greenwood Heights say cots have been taken out of their gym. Deputy Mayor Ann Williams-Isom.
We as a city will continue to respond to the presenting issues, but that action is not going to be able to be enough.
The city is looking at 400 other shelter locations, including Rikers Island, but they gave no specifics. Meanwhile, public advocate Jamani Williams says the city should have gotten more help from Washington and Albany.
New York City's left to do a federal coordination and a statewide coordination. And that's not New York City's job.
Roger Stern, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at City Hall.
Wins News Time 8:03. Last night about 8:45, police responding to calls of a collision at Cross Island Parkway and Hempstead Avenue in Queens Village. It turned out a 15-year-old girl was laying in the road after she apparently fell out of a moving party bus. Now, ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporting the teen was leaning on an emergency door when the door swung open and she fell onto the roadway. The driver kept on going, apparently, initially unaware that the teen had fallen out. She was rushed to North Shore University Hospital in critical condition as that investigation is ongoing. There have been no arrests at this point. And stay with 1010 Wins and 92.3 FM. We are following this story throughout the day today. It's news time 8:04. So exactly how dangerous was the paparazzi incident with Harry and Meghan here in the city Tuesday night? Reps for the couple calling it a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of highly aggressive paparazzi. But the NYPD saying no injuries, no collision, no arrests, and the incident was done in a matter of minutes, not a 2-hour chase that Harry and Meghan spokesperson claims. Now it seems 15 minutes of fame for sure for this taxi driver. His name is Sunny Singh. That's the nickname he goes by. He picked up Harry, Meghan, and her mom for what turned out to be about a 10-minute cab ride.
They were saying it's kind of crazy and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. Nothing more. They didn't say much. They just asked my name, and then after they left, Prince Harry said, "Oh, thanks, and have a good day." I was like, "You as well."
He does say the couple looked nervous in the midst of this and that they were being chased, but it didn't seem dangerous. Wednesday News Time 8:05. On Rikers Island, we've gotten word of another inmate death and also violence involving a corrections officer. The city saying 52-year-old inmate Rubu Zhao was injured Sunday during some type of fight with another inmate and died Tuesday night at Elmhurst Hospital. Medical examiner should have an autopsy result today as to how Zhao died. He's been serving time for second-degree murder. We've also gotten word that a female correction officer was stabbed in the face by a pen. A detainee doing that. The correction officer was breaking up a fight, apparently, when she was stabbed in the face with that pen that had been taken out of her bag. The officer needing at least 8 stitches to recover. Wednesday News Time, 8:06. A Suffolk County police officer shot in Coram last week will be getting out of the hospital in a few hours. Hundreds of fellow cops will be on hand. 6th Precinct Officer Michael LaFauci will be released from Stony Brook University Hospital. We're told it should happen about 11 this morning. He was shot in the leg and was bleeding badly during an incident in Coram. The fellow cops using tourniquet to stop the bleeding, get him to a squad car to the hospital. Again, Officer LaFauci will be headed home today. A vote to expel George Santos from Congress? Not happening.
He is still in office. Congressman George Santos, who was charged in federal court with fraud and money laundering, did not see the House Republican leaders vote on whether he should be expelled. Instead, they held a vote to move the resolution to the House Ethics Committee. The committee has already been investigating Santos. Here is Republican Long Island Congressman Anthony D'Esposito.
I believe that this individual is a stain on this institution, a stain on the state of New York, a stain on Long Island. But that said, we believe this resolution should be referred to the Committee on Ethics to ensure a thorough and expedient investigation.
The full House adopted the motion, and Santos had a few words to say.
I look forward to seeing the process play out, and if the Ethics Committee finds a reason to remove me, that is the process.
And Santos's spokesperson resigned from her job, so he's now looking for a new communications director. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Nassau County, Long Island.
It's news time 8:07. This is the sound earlier today in Japan. President Biden getting that warm welcome from U.S. service members at the Marine Corps Air Station outside of Hiroshima. That's where the G7 summit is happening. So again, the president is there. We already had a number of meetings throughout this morning amid a debt crisis that's happening here with the debt ceiling here in the U.S.
President Biden landing here in Japan for the G7. His Asia trip cut short for crisis talks with Republicans over the debt ceiling crisis. Before taking off, Biden expressing confidence the U.S. will reach a deal before the deadline on June 1st, saying all the leaders have agreed we will not default.
Reporter Britt Clinette traveling with the president, reporting from Hiroshima. And now this message: injured, hire the largest injury firm in the world, Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Wednesday News Time 8:08 with the hazy sun now up another degree here, 49, on our way to a high of just 62 today here in the city. In fact, Long Island, you'll probably stay in the 50s all day. Inland Jersey suburbs, you could get to the mid 60s at some point this afternoon. Where are the worst drivers in the country? Let's think about this. Is it New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut? No.
Forbes compared all 50 states and Washington, D.C. to determine where people are the very worst behind the wheel. And it's the drivers in the Lone Star State that top the list. Texas has the worst drivers in the country, followed by Louisiana and Kansas. 5 of the top 10 states with the worst drivers happen to be in the South. And as far as best drivers in the nation, East Coast states were tops, with the best of the best in Washington, D.C.
Reporter Stacy Lynn there. I would not have thought Texas, honestly. When's news time? 8:09, the FBI has revoked 3 of their agents' security clearances now because of their actions related to January 6th.
One of the agents losing his security clearance was among the pro-Trump mob that attacked the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. 2 others are accused of hindering the FBI's investigation of that insurrection. At least 2 of the agents, Steve Friend and Marcus Allen, expected to testify before the House weaponization of the federal government today. It may give Democrats evidence to undercut those agents' credibility in the hearing.
From Washington, that report from Andy Field. Wednesday news time 8:09, Russia launching more cruise missiles into Ukraine throughout our overnight. It's their midday there, and of course evening there now, targeting the capital of Kyiv. They're recovering there, and Odessa's region also was pounded with missiles, but according to Ukraine, they shot down most of them. 1 death, though, at least has been reported from this. It's the 9th missile attack on Kyiv this month alone.